So it's been almost 2 years now since the Centre for Ocean Research and Education has been open and operating in Gregorytown. The collaborative relationships that we have with our colleagues is tremendous. It's such a wonderful synergy, and the dynamics that we have working together is fantastic. We're all striving towards the same goals, and that is, how do we conserve ecosystems that are considered critical but also vulnerable on this island of Eleuthera, but also in the Bahamas. We've already completed a lot of research programs over the last 18 months. Currently we have 5 research projects that we are either managing or co-supervising.
My name is Enrique Bethel. I'm 22 years old. I live in Gregorytown, and I've been a research technician for CORE from the very beginning, almost 2 years now.
My name's Mateo Albury, 16 years old. I also live in Gregorytown, and like Enrique, I have been working with CORE from the very beginning.
Over the last 12 months, the research that I've been involved in includes the Seagrass Project with the Smithsonian, Turtle Grazing Project with Faye, with Farnigan, and the University of Tampa in Sweden's Pond with seahorses.
We also supervise a master's student from the University of Essex in the UK who is assessing the behavioural ecology of the Caribbean octopus under isolated conditions in a marine lake.
I'm here to collect data on the octopus in this population here. So this is Sweeting's Pond, an anachylene lake. It is a saltwater lake connected to the wider marine ecosystem, the other side of those rolling hills there, by some subterranean aquifers, i.e. these are little holes and cracks in the rock which allow water to flow through but prevents the movement of animals. So therefore, in this particular lake, we have a unique evolutionary experiment, if you like, a natural experiment, where organisms have managed to get through in their larval stages but are unable to get back, which means that they're taking their own unique evolutionary trajectory. We are unlikely to see something just like this anywhere else in the Bahamas or in the world, arguably, but we don't know that. So that's why we're here, to see whether those changes are actually occurring. So the overall goals of my particular project here is to answer the questions: has the population density, i.e. the number of individuals in this pond of octopus, changed since that original baseline data collection in the 1980s? CORE has funded almost entirely this project and provided accommodation and logistical support for it, and provided interns to assist as well. So what this has enabled me to do is continue my research interests whilst also simultaneously allowing local behaviours to be integrated into that research project.
Ultimately, what we want to try and do is promote the value of coastal and nearshore marine ecosystems, the coral reefs, the seagrasses, the mangroves. A lot of these areas here in the Bahamas aren't afforded protection like they are in other parts of the world. And I think in order to fully understand something, to conserve, we need to be in there getting our hands dirty and looking at the processes that help and create these ecosystems.
Throughout my career, my research focus has been on seahorses and their relatives, the pipefish. I've focused on this family of fish because of the nature of their sexual reverse systems, in that males are the ones that get pregnant and carry offspring, and the females are ones that are looking for access to those males to be able to reproduce with them. And one of the great parts of my career was the transition from doing my work in fish tanks to being able to work in the wild and actually study wild populations of seahorses and pipefish in both Tampa Bay as well as here in the Bahamas. And so that's one of the most exciting parts of my work here in the Bahamas and here on Eleuthera, is being able to combine my interest in conservation, in population biology, and in sexual dynamics of seahorse populations in a wild system that allows us to test questions that we couldn't do anywhere else in the world. My relationship with the Center for Ocean Research and Education has been fruitful and varied over the year and a half that I've been involved. Myself and my team were able to stay the day after CORE opened its doors last year in March, and during that research trip we were able to conduct research that there's no way we could have done without the support of CORE. Conservation programs that aren't nested in community involvement and community action are destined to fail in most contexts. Conservation needs to be connected to communities of people to have a reason for those protections. And if you can get somebody to ask a question and get excited about an idea, then it provides an opportunity for a conversation. And it's through those conversations with members of the community that I'm learning so much about life on this island, but learning how and why it's important to conserve these wild spaces for Bahamians as well as for the rest of the world.
The Center for Ocean Research and Education is so unique because of the way it engages young Bahamians in the data collection process.
Bahamians involved in CORE makes a big difference because, you see researchers every other day passing through town. They really don't tell you what's going on, but if you have a local Bahamian working with them, being involved, that Bahamian will know what's going on. He'll share that information with the other locals, and then I'll get those locals more enthusiastic about, what's going on.
I think that there seems to be almost a mysticism or a sort of exclusivity that's shrouded in the research process a lot of time, and I think it's incredibly important for the communities of this island to be involved in what it is we're doing. As a non-Bahamian, to come to Gregory Town, rent a building, convert that building and retrofit that building into a functioning marine field station, it would have been impossible without the support from the local community. And it was always a concept up to that point. Teachers, students from the local school that recognised what it was we were doing and wanted to be part of that process. This is how that concept became a reality.